first thing you want to do with your pork chops is hold them out of the fridge, get them on a plate here like this, and you want to salt both sides of all of them, and then we're going to let them sit aside for 30 minutes to rest. Let that salt kind of seep into the chops here, and when you're done with that, we'll get to the next step. So we got those salted. Now we're just gonna let those set for 30 minutes. In the meantime, while they sit, you want to make your spice rub. Alright, so to make the spice rub, you're going to need a tablespoon of flour. Now, I don't know where my tablespoon ran off to, so I'm going to be using a half a tablespoon. So, alright, now we're going to need a teaspoon of chili powder. Then we're going to want a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then we want a teaspoon of onion powder. Then we want half a teaspoon of paprika. And finally, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now you're going to want to take that and, of course, mix it real well. Then, once you've got it properly mixed up, you want to set it aside until your chops are done. Alright, now that they have sat for 30 minutes, we are going to want to pat them dry. Okay, use a paper towel, but I don't have any paper towels, so I'm going to improvise with coffee filters. Now that we've pat them dry, we want to get our spice rub. And I like to take it, sprinkle a bit on all over. Now, usually you want to do this in a skillet, probably with a lid, but again, this is the day of improvisation. So, alright, so you want to heat about a tablespoon onto the skillet. Alright, and you're going to want to put this on about medium-high heat and let it heat up. Once your pan is heated up, get the vegetable oil, is what you want to use. Vegetable oil, something neutral. We'll get our steaks, pork steaks, right up on there. And you want to let those sear in that oil probably 2 to 3 minutes until they are golden on that side. Sear in the oil on that side for 2 to 3 minutes. You want to flip them over. Just so. And you want to reduce the heat to a low, and then you want to cover it. And you're gonna let that cook for 6 to 12 minutes, or until you cut in the middle and the juices run out clear. Alright, so now it's been long enough. We want to check our meat. So one thing I want to do is cut into the center. Again, if you don't have a meat thermometer, you can check for clear juice. You want to remove them, get your next round of chops going. While you got them setting over here, you might want to cover them loosely with foil. You don't have to be too tight, just loosely cover it so that it stays moist but doesn't sog up. Now this recipe calls for a cup of chicken stock, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 2 teaspoons of brown sugar or honey, depending on how you like. And both in there. This next part here is very important. All that leftover pork grease and bits, you want to make sure to get all that. So since I'm using this skillet, luckily I got a nice little catcher here for everything. You want all those bits, all that, good chicken juice, or pork juice, I'm sorry. Get it all up in there. And everything there, those bits, yeah. You get those pork bits, all that pork bits and juice in there. Alright, we'll get that mixed up nicely here. Alright, now we want to bring this to a simmer. So I'm going to put it on about medium. Alright, now that we got it simmering here, not a full-on boil, we're going to let that go until about half of it evaporates off. And we're left with a more finite sauce. Alright, now that our sauce is about half down, you see it's definitely lower now. I did add a little more brown sugar. And I think we're perfect. So, your final product. Look at that. Look how juicy those are. Absolutely juicy. Have you ever had a pork chop so frickin' juicy? I don't know about you, but every time I've had pork chops anywhere, at anybody's house, they've been dry. Look at this. This is juicy. And we're only going to make it juicier. So, you'll take your chops here. Like that. Boom. Drop it down in that pan sauce. Just like so. Look at that. Let it soak it up a bit. That bad boy out. Okay. Get some of that juice. And just pour it over. Just like that. And then top it off. Sprig of parsley. And look at that. Tell me that ain't some fine quality pork right there. Alright, now that we've prepared the food, I have served the food, but I told them not to eat yet. So, let's go see what my beautiful wife's reaction is.
Not very good.
Are they good?
It takes my breath away. Thank you.
Now, this has been Q's Realm. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my absolutely great pork chop Mother's Day dinner. Oh, you can try it anytime. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day, but I just did it today. Alright, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the good nine. Got my website there at qsrealm.wordpress.com. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook at Q's Realm. Yeah, hey, hope to see y'all soon.